Alright, what is up YouTube? And we got a brand new Genshin Impact Spiral Abyss video. It is that time, and we are working on our Noelle team. Noelle's pretty much built, and I did it pretty hastily because I got a comment from a channel by the name of Cool Grovel. I think Grovel's like a Pokemon or something. But yeah, got a comment saying you do not have Noelle built, which is a pity, on my last two Imaginarium theaters ago. So my response was just to build Noelle very hastily, and it went pretty well. Noelle's got a pretty fun playstyle. I was not expecting that, and I got to use the team with Farina on it, which is pretty cool. I didn't know that Noelle could heal the whole team. That was so cool. It goes perfectly with Farina. And then I got Goro for some Geo damage buffing. I got Chiori with Alhaitham's sword on for some high off-field damage. Now, I would say that Cool Grovel was right. It was a pity that I didn't have Noelle built before, because it's pretty fun. Pretty solid 4-star DPS. And then it's gonna take so long to clear these first halves with her team though, because she does have a 4-star weapon, and her talents aren't maxed out, and we don't have the best artifacts in the whole world on her. We're in the 4-piece hunter set from Fontaine. I'm hoping to get the Red Horn Stone Thrasher for her and Ito the next time. Just swap between the two of them the next time Ito comes out, which I don't know when it will be, but I'm going to save up for that right after I get maybe the Pyro Archon or more refinements for Hu Tao's Staff of Homa. Logan Paul beat Mike Tyson. Just kind of a bummer, but you know, it's expected to happen. He is a pretty good athlete, which I'm not ashamed to admit. I can respect that. The reason this video is coming out so late is because I was doing a run this morning. Much to my chagrin, it took me a little bit to figure out my non-Noelle team for the Spiral Abyss. Originally I was going Hu Tao in Hu Tao first half, and then Noelle this current half. And then I realized that I wasn't going to be able to beat the final boss in time, which is that little Hydro dude that swings the club around everywhere. And I was just dang. So I started over, flipped the two, and did a Mono Pyro Hu Tao. And then I realized that I didn't have a bow and arrow character second half, which you're going to need to take down the Ruin Drake that flies up in the air. Big mechanical dragon dude, you gotta shoot out its wings. And I didn't have a bow and arrow character on the Mono Pyro Hu Tao team, so I was screwed. Had to start all the way over, but I decided to go with my Raiden team, which did insane. I did not realize that my Raiden team was that good. I thought it was my Hu Tao team was pretty good. I don't even have C6 Kujo Sara, so I'm very happy with how that turned out. So you can see we're just kind of running the clock, taking our time, trying to get damage. After the 4th or 5th swing, I always try to sprint with Noelle just to get her back on her feet and cycling through the swings and rotations as quickly as possible. Get her recovery time up. There was a lot of these, what are they called? The Consecrated Beasts from Sumeru on this Spiral Abyss. So if you struggle with dodging or taking damage quickly, you might want to consider a shield and a pretty decent damage dealer, because they seem to have such high health and such high resistance, maybe. It just takes a while to kill them. So maybe using something like Kazuha to shred resistance would help out. And then this thing wasn't too bad. I just had all my rotations were just so thrown off and kind of jongled. So some pointers and team recommendations, I would say somebody who, a shielder or a healer, both halves, just in case, especially if you're bad at dodging, because the first chamber, second half, first chamber, second half, that dude does output a lot of damage. You can always jump right before he sends out the pulse, but depending on the character you're using, their kit might not be the best for doing plunge damage, which is what you're doing every time you jump before he sends out the pulse. So if you're a character who can't utilize plunging well, I would just recommend having a shield or healer so you can take the damage from the pulse he sends out. Kind of like I did with Raiden. I jumped a couple times with Raiden. She actually did a decent amount of damage, but a character like Hu Tao, I would imagine, and I experienced, and like Yoimiya, any bow user is going to probably want a shielder or healer while he's doing the pulse thing, because they won't get a lot of damage out of the plunging. And a bow and arrow character second half, of course, so you can cripple this Eon Blight Drake. A character that isn't Hydro. Honestly, you probably don't want any Hydro characters second half, because they won't do any damage against this water dude that's in the last chamber second half. But other than that, I would just say as much damage as you can possibly do. It's a pretty easy abyss, so I would recommend everyone to feel free to try a team they've been thinking about trying out for a long time. It was a perfect one to try out Noelle. And even though it took me a couple tries to get it right, get the right teams right, for the other half that's not Noelle, I didn't have to start over at all, and just pretty much breezed through with these two teams once I got them figured out. These lava dudes can do a little bit of damage pretty quickly, a little burst out of lava, so just be aware of that. They're pretty easy to dodge and counter, but you know, it can always sneak up on you. Other than that, I don't think there's any pointers that you might need to know. Excited to get some more content with the next Genshin update. Hopefully, we got plenty to do then. If anybody watching this video has a 4-star character that they want to see built, that can be ran as a DPS, or any fun team compositions, just let me know. I might make another attempt at this, trying to clear it in record time, like an insane Spiral Abyss clear time, using Hu Tao and Raiden. Like, I don't know what the total amount of minutes that it took me to clear the Spiral Abyss is, but I think if I use my Hu Tao and Raiden team, I could clear the whole thing very, very quickly. In fact, while this video is uploading, I might try it out, then wait a week and post the results or something like that. Because I think this is a pretty easy Abyss, guys. If you're somebody who hates the Abyss because you think it's, you know, stupid and too challenging and impossible, and you need to pull on like the current banner character to clear it, then definitely use this. Definitely do this one, if for no other reason than to just get the Primo Gem reward that you get from it. Because it's pretty easy. This water guy, I think you want to shoot his little minions, little baby water dudes, and that will lower his defenses, I believe. Something like that. Just know, can't let these little ankle biters sneak up on me, so I just blast them right there. I'm interested to see what Chaska does when she comes out. Probably won't pull for her, but it's cool we're getting some more Animo characters in this game. I think somewhere in this Abyss I get like my record nuke damage with Raiden, like 450,000 or something. My eyes could have deceived me, I'm not for sure. Now on to the builds. We got the Noelle team first. Like I said, we got the Maro Shinseng Hunter or whatever on her. Not a great crit ratio. Her crit damage is pretty low, and our pieces for her are kind of lacking in the crit department. But, you know, it's still held up in the Abyss, so I'm cool with it. Farina, we got the off-field damage, but also buffing build using the Tenacity of the Millith, which I'm pretty hyped about how well that ended up working. Goro, also just a buffer, got the Noblesse on him. Same Goro I use with Ito, but Chiori, on the other hand, we got Kaya's weapon on, which is Alhaitham's signature, just to get some extra damage, and then I put on a pretty crit rate heavy Feather, just because she got pretty low on crit rate without it. Raiden team looking insane. 120 electro damage bonus. Getting the engulfing lightning for her was just so huge. Kujo Sara, decent build. Got emblem on her. Bennett is running Noblesse, and Chevreuse is running the Lava Walker. Until I find a better artifact set for buffing, that's probably what I'll be doing. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope your Abyss attempts go well, and if you're pulling for one of the banner characters, that it goes well for you. So yeah, God bless you guys. Peace out. I'll see you next time.